Good morning. I have a little bit of a tickle today in my throat, so hopefully I'm not going to cough for you. But if you see me pop a cough drop in my mouth, hopefully I'm quiet about it. This morning I want to talk about the breath. So the Hong Tao technique is actually uh, the main focus is the breath. I haven't said that yet because um, trying to do a natural breath and simply pay attention to it without controlling the breath is a very hard thing to do in the beginning of your practice. Right, it takes a long time to get all the tools, all the little techniques to be like this synergistic thing that you don't have to try to. Oh, I dropped that one. Oh, I dropped that one. So in the beginning, we just want you to try to breathe easily without really focusing too much on it. But now that you've been introduced, we can talk about how important the breath is to the technique itself. So, the breath is this amazing, vital life source for us. And it is our connection to the universe, right? To the environment around us and to energy. So, the body has this natural feedback loop with the breath cycle. So as you can think about it this way, if you are in a dangerous situation, your breath gets very rapid. You get ready to fight, right, or flight. But the respiratory system really kicks it into high gear, and that helps your brain become clear and right and get ready for whatever problem is coming at you. Conversely, you can utilize that system for meditation, but the other way around. So if your breath gets very calm, your mind gets very calm. And we call it a feedback loop because it works both ways. If your mind becomes calm, your breath cycle starts to lengthen out, decrease. You just don't need as much. So they say that when you're in a perfect state of meditation, right, a master's level meditation, the breath may cease, right? And we notice this sometimes in our own practice that as we become calm, we almost forget to breathe, right? We just have this moment where all of a sudden we realize there's stillness and the breath is taking a pause, right? So that's that's over there. But we use it in our technique of monitoring the breath, not controlling, but being aware of the breath, watching the subtleness of the breath, and really trying to be part of that or kick that feedback system in to being beneficial towards our meditation. Excuse me. And the breath connects to the mantra, right? The mantra is, yes, a tool for our brain. And we can think about it as giving our mind something to do to help us from getting lost in those distractions or stories, but really on a subtler level. And we've talked about what the Hong Sa can represent. It can be a lot of things, right? It can be well, Hong has this kind of um, like dissolving gong like sound, right? So we can imagine that it's dissolving our problems, our fears, our stresses, right? And then Hong has this merging quality. So we can think about it as merging with the inner peace, or if you're spiritually inclined, merging with the divine or the universe, right? But even on, so that's on an intellectual level, right? On a almost like symbolic level, but on a subtler level, the hum and the saw connect to the breath, right? So it's just another tool to utilize this energy of the breath to work with the mind. So Hong, again, with this dissolving quality, is associated with the rise of the energy, which is the inhale, right? And saw with the release of the breath and this descending energy. So you can think of the mantra as being a subtler mind connection to the breath. So we feel and sense the breath, right? As we're going through, we feel and sense the breath. But also, we're repeating this mantra that embodies, I guess the word isn't embodies because it's your mind, it minds the breath itself, right? So, again, the mantra is part of that feedback system in that way. So we'll go ahead and get started with the doing, right? Double inhale, double exhale, right? Moving through this, vibrating with vitality, getting your energy up. Right? Waking up your system and also getting the things in your body that are tensed to relax. One more time. And coming into the equal counted breath. Exhaling all the way, emptying your lungs, inhaling 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Even breath, right? Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Again, go at your own pace, right? Notice the edges, your edges soften. Maybe a grip in your mind is releasing. Notice the quality of that held breath, right? Does it feel controlled or does it feel like you've surrendered, right? I will allow this to be our last round. Returning back to a natural breath. Right? Bring your gaze to that seat in your forehead. I will silently start to affirm Hong Sa. Or maybe again, it's like a track, like a pulsation that's already there. One more time, sitting up tall, check your posture. Tall but relaxed. And then bring your awareness to the breath. Right? Feeling exactly where in the nose the breath draws in, cool, and where it exits, warm. Your gaze may drop down to your nose because of the concentration that you're giving it, right? Remember, this isn't that kind of concentration. The gaze can be at rest in a seat. This is awareness. You're simply watching. Right? We work on observing the breath without controlling the breath, simply feeling that we are being breathed. Right? Perhaps you've noticed, maybe even incrementally, how your brain has softened and dissolved, how your mind has begun to merge into something that's sweet and familiar, peaceful and loving. Or maybe like a warrior of peace, with every distraction, frustration, thought, you very gently bring your awareness back to the breath. Right? It's completely natural that we might get there and then lose it. Notice how you respond to that. Notice if there's longing or determination or control, And just if you notice that you lost it, just say, wow, that was nice. Thank you. And go back to the practice. Right, we've utilized this feedback loop to calm the mind to the point that we can sit in meditation. We'll move to our expansion phase with a soft inhale and 3-part exhale, and then simply be. We no longer watch the breath or repeat the mantra. The breath will flow on its own accord. Instead, we sit with the feeling or the peace that we've uncovered. We'll bring ourselves back, gently opening your eyes, coming back. Nice. I want to remind you that there is a chat box if you have any questions about anything I say or anything you experience, or I will do my best to answer it. All right, so I hope you have a lovely day. Yeah, I'll sit here for another moment in case there is any questions. But if you are finished, I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you. Namaste.